This dictation from Progressive Exercise 26. Ready? Start. On this premise, the show cause notice listed out various alleged violations by express newspapers, which are set out below. One, induction of non-newspapers tenants. 2, earning of rental income of more than rupees 1 crore per year. 3, permission to occupy the new building without necessary completion certificate by the MCD was given by the Supreme Court at the risk of express newspapers. 4. Since the plot was allotted only for the purposes of newspapers, so by letting out of for commercial purpose, there was unjust enrichment to the tune of rupees 1 crore per year, on which the ministry is entitled to 18% annum. 5. Construction of more than FAR 360 is in excess of the sectioned plan by MCD. 6. No permission was taken from the LNDO to regularize the misuse created by using the building for purposes other than a newspaper. Hence, LNDO is entitled to re-enter the property as there were violations of the lease deed. 7. Section plans of the MCD have not been submitted to the LNDO, which is in contravention of the lease deed despite the ministry's letters which permitted additional construction with FAR 360. No construction could be done until clauses 2, 14 and 3 of the perpetual lease deed are varied. A supplemental lease deed was required and no construction could have been commenced till the said lease deed was executed. Thus, there is a violation of perpetual lease permitting the government to re-enter the premises. 8. There is a misuse of 65,000 square feet. Thus, the LNDO was entitled to collect misuse charges, penalty and interest at 80% PA till the day the misuse was stopped, failing which LNDO would re-enter the property. 9. Drawings and plans which are sanctioned by the MCD should be submitted and any excess construction ought to be removed beyond the sanction plans. 10. The basement was sectioned only for the purposes of storage by the MCD, but the same is being used for the purpose of newspapers, press office, which was contrary to the MCD's sanctioned plan and is also a breach of the terms of the lease. 11. That there was breaches in the old building of unauthorized construction and misuse for which notices been used. 12. The details of the rent payable and the amounts removable were set out in the notice. 13. Misuse of the basement is to the tune of 28,000 square feet, for which misuse charges are payable. And 14. Damages for unauthorized construction and misuse based on the land rate works out to rupees 2 per square meters. Para. Unauthorized constructions damages are therefore liable to be paid by the petitioners. Here, This is a suit filed by the Union of India on the basis of the stand taken in the show cause notice dated 1st August 1986. The prayers in the suit are as under to grant a decree for recovery of possession of plot number 910 Bahadur Shah Jafar Marg, New Delhi, measuring 5700 square yards, bounded on the north by road, bounded on the south by the service road, bounded on the east by service road, and bounded on the west by the approach road, including all buildings standing thereon from the first defendant consequent on determination of the lease on 29 September 1987 and re-entry by the plaintiff in exercise of the rights under clause 5 and 6 of the lease deed grant a decree against the first defendant for a sum of rupees 3 crore towards misuse and other charges profits from 29 April 1982 till 29 September 1987 with interest to grant a decree against the first defendant for a sum of rupees 55 lakhs towards damages profits from for unauthorized occupation of buildings by defendants 1 to 8 after determination of the lease. Para to grant a decree against the first defendant for payment of rupees 14 lakhs per month payable on 7th of each month from 9 November 1987 onwards for damages profits towards unauthorized occupation of the portion of the premises to grant a decree against defendants 1 to 8 for payment of rupees 27 lakhs per month payable on the 7th of each month for damages profits towards unauthorized occupation of the portion of the premises for the office used to grant interest at the rate of 18 per annum during the pendency of the suit on the amounts claimed to grant a decree with interest at the rate of 18% per annum on the amount due pending the disposal of the suit accrued to the plaintiff during the pendency of the suit to pass orders directing defendants to 8 to pay the rent for use and occupation to the land and development officer from 9 November 1987 to award cost of the suit and to grant such further relief or reliefs as this honorable court deems fit and proper in the circumstances of the case. The said suit was filed on 9th November 1987. Stop.